Since 1815, Louisville Stoneware has been making a name for itself, upholding a rich artistic tradition. Their beautiful stoneware has become family heirlooms. Let's take a look from start to finish as their artisans share how it's done.
Louisville Stoneware has been around almost 200 years. We have a birthday in 2015. Louisville at the time, I believe, was considered to be the gateway to the West, and most of the items that were made at Louisville Stoneware were crocks and urns and things that would transport food and grain and things of that nature. This was back before we had plastic and bottling, so that was its initial roots. At about late 1920s, early 1930s, they did start to incorporate dishes, bakeware, tabletop, and things of that nature into stoneware. One of the first patterns that Louisville Stoneware ever made was our pear pattern. Actually, it was great pattern at the time, which is now our pear pattern. Today, our most current pattern that has been around for the longest and is the most popular is our bachelor button pattern. And it looks like a cornflower, and initially in its inception the pattern was considered cornflower blue, and now it's called bachelor button. Andy is actually waxing the bottom of each of the plates. When we fire in a kiln at 2300 degrees, we have to wax the bottom to assure that nothing does stick to the kiln beds. So therefore, when it comes off the kiln, it's sanded and then it won't scratch your tabletop. I think it's really important to recognize, with a 200-year-old company doing business today, the way this company was run in its inception, that people recognize that it is handmade functional art. The clay is derived from the earth as a byproduct of mining, and we purify it with water. 22 hands touch each piece that comes through Louisville Stoneware between forming, finishing, glazing, and firing in a kiln at 2300 degrees. Well, we typically get 3 to 5 kilns a week, depending upon the time of year, and over 250 pieces go on a kiln. Kilns have decks, and they are stacked for each kiln that runs, depending upon the item that's in a kiln, whether it's a large plate or a small mug. They're restacked each time. So if you think about the number of pieces that are run through Louisville Stoneware in any given week, it's amazing that 33 hands can hand make each piece. We have 3 artists who have been with us more than 30 years. The average employee tenure at Louisville Stoneware is hovering around 10 to 12 years. Those are some pretty large statistics. The company itself, having been around 200 years, I think is probably the biggest wow that we can share with the rest of the world. We hand mix our own glazes, so the process is different. Each glaze has a different consistency, and the glazes, how they appear to you now when they are fired in a kiln, will look completely different. These are very natural earth tones, browns, and camel colors, and then what appears to be pink is actually a red glaze, which is a brighter glaze. So the finished product will look entirely different than what it looks like right now. Another piece of our future here at Louisville Stoneware certainly incorporates tours in our factory here. We have a lot of groups that come in that want to do a tour and paint your own. You can do a tour on your own, or you can do a paint your own, or you can combine that at a much smaller cost and be able to come in and do both. We do that for students, adults, bridal shower parties. There's such a great group of people that come in and do various things to entertain themselves. And the tours alone are educational, they're scientific, they have an art element incorporated, and then to sit down and paint your own piece of pottery, it's very therapeutic. When you leave Louisville Stoneware after a tour, you really do say, wow, I didn't know this existed today. But you can go home and be a customer for life. You can go to our website, you can call in, and customize pieces or add to your collection, your dish set, giftware. We do an amazing amount of gifts here at Louisville Stoneware because it's such a unique gift to give. You can get something in a great price point that's handmade that's going to last forever. And when giving a gift to someone special, whether it's a wedding, a birthday, an anniversary, pottery isn't probably thought of as often as it is here in Louisville, Kentucky. What Nancy's doing now is she's getting the overglaze on the back of the plate. This basically makes the plate, once it's fired in the kiln, makes it microwave oven, freezer, and dishwasher safe. It's that final seal. I don't like to call them antiques, but they're family heirlooms. A lot of younger brides that will come to Louisville Stoneware, they want to register for bridal registry. They want patterns that their mother and grandmother had. They already have a 12-piece place setting and a lasagna baker and things, and so they're adding to their collection. And that's amazing, you know, the history that comes along. You know, our artists, they sign the bottom of each piece that they paint. And somebody could come in and say, well, I'm looking for a canister to add to my collection, but I want to make sure that Colleen painted that because she painted my dishware. There are many pottery companies today doing hand pieces and artists that are painting, but not on a level that we are as far as production. And the fact that we are able to produce the number of pieces that we are within the facility that we do makes us very unique. We are truly one of the last standing American pottery companies in the United States.